watercolor suits my personality. I like to make a statement. I like to, I'm fairly straightforward, and I don't like to muck around. I probably started art when I was a little girl because I've always loved to draw. Never took any formal courses of any kind. I was going to teach, and I was teaching English, and I always knew that. I was always moving in a literary direction. And I wasn't sure how much, I didn't know if I had artistic talent. It was just something I liked to do. And I really never tapped into it in a formal way until my children were, I don't know, 10, 12, somewhere in there. And I took a drawing class, and I was so afraid that I was going to find out I had no talent. And I remember I was scared to take this class, but I did it, and it turned out I could draw, and I was really good. So that was a wonderful, kind of happy surprise. And so I drew for a while, and I wanted to add color because I love color. And so I thought, well, I'll try watercolor. So I took another class, and I tried watercolor, and I fell in love with it. I just fell in love with it. The reasons, there are a lot of reasons, but I like the luminosity of watercolor. I like working with it because it's always full of surprises. You can't predict it, and that's fun. I like those surprises and that unpredictability. I like the mistakes that turn into wonderful parts of a painting. How a painting begins for me is usually either something I've seen or something even in passing. Maybe I'm walking my dog, or I've been somewhere and I see something and I want to paint that. Sometimes it's a thought that comes to you just because I think creative energy is always going on. And so I'll think of something, wow, I'd really like to paint something like that. You plan in your head, and I do a very rough sketch. I think if you sketch too much, you've drawn your painting and then you're filling in the numbers kind of thing. And so that doesn't work as well for me in terms of really looking like a fresh, free painting. So I tend to sketch very lightly, if at all. Like maybe where a critical piece of branch comes across the trunk, then I would sketch that in a little bit, so that I don't paint over it. Because in watercolor you can't go back. But again, I think watercolor is the one where you have to go, there it is.